But first, there's a major issue in Queensland that we've discussed before here on the show that overnight, well, it's got a whole lot worse. In the middle of a drought, one of the worst in generations, the last thing we should be doing is spending taxpayers' money turning a big dam into a small one. But that's the plan of the Dam-phobic Queensland Labor government, fronted by Anastasia Palaszczuk, but as we all know, in reality led by her left-wing deputy, Jackie Trad. The Paradise Dam near Bundaberg opened in 2005, and it's the last big dam built in this country, and in large part responsible for the multi-billion-dollar increase in Queensland's agricultural production. But due to damage sustained in the 2013 floods, this dam now needs significant repairs to get it back to full capacity. The issue relates to the soundness of the dam wall, as well as major design and structural issues that originate back when the dam was first opened by then Premier Peter Beattie. Now you would think, where's the problem here? If a dam in a continent as dry as Australia needs fixing, particularly in a state like Queensland where there's floods one month and drought the next, fixing a dam to harvest water, that's a no-brainer. But not for Labor, who rely on green preferences to stay in power, and none more so than the woman who writes the cheques, Treasurer Jackie Trad. Right now there's a commission of inquiry into the dam due to start hearings in March, as well as a separate review by Building Queensland, looking at what repairs need to be done, how much they'll take and how long they'll need to get the work done. But rather than wait for these experts to report, the Palaszczuk government is fast-tracking plans to adjust the spillway in what locals fear is a preemptive strike to permanently cut the dam's capacity by as much as 40%, which is madness. Again, a dry continent like ours, as every farmer will tell you, water is wealth. To fix the dam properly back to a 100% capacity, there's estimates that say it'll cost around $750 million. To do the cheap fix, which is what it appears Palaszczuk is trying to ram through, it's a much lower figure. And because the Queensland budget is in dire straits, even though to win votes ahead of the October state election, the Premier's out there spruiking millions and millions for an Olympic bid, this is now a fight over money when, to my mind, it's got as much to do with Greens' preferences as it has with dollars. In Victoria, Labor's Environment Minister says they won't be building any more dams due to climate change, which makes no sense. If the climate is warming up, then surely dams are a prudent insurance policy for human life and for our farmers. In Queensland now, the Paradise Dam shows that the same games are being played by Labor at the top of our country as well as the bottom. Local leaders, well, they're up in arms. Bundaberg Mayor Jack Dempsey said in The Australian today that he was bewildered by the rush to lower the spillway in the next few months. He said, why can't the government wait for the findings of their own inquiry and their advice from Building Queensland? This has all come out of the blue. The head of Bundaberg fruit growers, Bree Grimer, said the community was stunned by the rushed legislation from Palaszczuk. Grimer said to rush these amendments so that they can lower the spillway shows little regard for an agriculture industry employing thousands of people that relies on Paradise Dam. So why, other than a looming state election, would any responsible government spend millions and millions of taxpayer dollars on an Olympic Games lasting, 14 days only, when a dam like this can pay its way for decades if you fix it properly?